Aloha, welcome to Ably Seminar Sessions. We're going to talk about caveat emptor. Some of you may have heard of that, and that's a terminology that says buyer beware. That used to be true when you buy a car, and you bought a lemon car from somebody, a dealer, and they didn't have any recourse against the dealer. Today, they do. Same thing with real estate. If someone that's selling the property does not disclose material facts that could affect the value to a reasonable person, then there are consequences, legal and monetary, to the seller that does not disclose fully the true nature of the property that they're selling. It's mandatory on the sellers and the agents to make sure that they disclose everything they know about the past, present, and future condition of that property. Example D, there was a moving soil in the past, or there's termite damage, or when you buy a piece of property in a big subdivision and there's another 1,000 or 10,000 homes to be built in the near neighborhood, then you have to disclose that there's future projects that could determine the value to a person that says, wow, I like this open space, but now you're telling me there's going to be 10,000 more homes in this area, and there's going to be construction, and there's going to be dust. All that must be disclosed. Seller must disclose it. If the seller does not disclose it, then the agent has to tell the seller, by the way, you need to disclose these things. So those are the kinds of things that we're now mandated by law to disclose, what they call material facts, to a reasonable person that might affect the value of the property. Seller or the seller's agent could be sued for damages. So for example, if they hid material fact and they closed, and then the buyer finds out within 2 years after purchase of the property that the seller did not disclose material facts about the property, they could sue, and the buyer could receive monetary damages for the repairs that needs to be done. And so the seller needs to be aware that there are legal obligations for a 2-year period if they do not disclose material fact. The contract used to be 2 pages. Today, the purchase contract is 14 pages. So over the years, the attorneys have recommended to the real estate industry, you need to fully disclose everything. And this simple 2-page contract has now expanded to 14-page contract. There's also what they call a seller's real property disclosure statement, which we'll talk about later. That is a 5-page disclosure on the property and everything and anything you want to know about the property that the seller must disclose. The preparation of the contracts and the disclosures must be done with due care, and the seller must exercise due care and diligence in making sure that they fully disclose everything they know, such as notorious incidents that have occurred in that neighborhood or on that property, or that there's possibly stigmatized properties, such as someone got murdered in that property, or there's environmental issues on that property that they may need to know about. So all these things is on that list of the disclosures that needs to be made by the seller, and the seller's agent needs to make sure that the seller is disclosing everything that they know about the property. So the days of the caveat emptor are no longer valid, and the seller and the seller's agent, and sometimes even the buyer's agent, if they know things that are material, they have to disclose. So really, the seller, seller's agent, and the buyer's agent are obligated to disclose fully all material facts about the property. Hope this helps. Aloha.